by God, you had it. You had your chance. It was right there in front of you. You had every justification in the world. All you had to do was just stand there and let nature take its course. Or better yet, seek your revenge. Go up to Clockmon and don't even give him the pleasure of a normal death. Slash his throat! Do it! End his existence! Destroy him before he destroys you or others. Do it! Take your place as the ruler of Digimon and destroy all who are in your way! Do it! You are Gammamon! You are above the law! Yes! This week in Digimon Ghost Game, a thing I've been wondering for a while now actually came to fruition. Will all these Digimon that they just let go, they just let him go. They never turned him to data. They never absorbed that data. Granted, that was only like season 3. They never turned him to eggs, which was in like season 4. Digimon is weird. But yeah, no, so Clockmon came back this week, and thankfully they revealed it in the episode preview last week, because otherwise it would have been really freaking obvious. But they did come up with a very interesting, unique way to show his resurrection. The way this episode starts is with Hiro realizing that his sense of time is off. Actually, the first shot is him like above his bed staring at himself sleeping, which makes me wonder, is that like a misdirect? Like you just assume it's part of Clockmon's weird plan. What if it's not? Like, what if that's insinuating something else? Like how his dad got to the digital world, or his own connection to the digital world, or something about Gammamon. I don't know. It just feels like it would be too simple for a weird scene like that to be written off as just part of the main plot, when it kind of feels like it might be building to something more. But more on that as developments come through. But yeah, no, so Hiro wakes up, and the big sort of shtick of this episode is that Clockmon is throwing off his sense of time. Basically, Hiro wakes up, it's after 10, even though he feels like he's waking up at his normal time. He's gonna go hang out with his friend, who's still completely useless. He's a half hour late. He's late getting home. He's late to go hang out with Ruli. He's late for this, late for that. That's the whole sort of idea of this episode. It's not a particularly scary concept, but what kind of makes it sort of creepy is that it's all from Hiro's perspective. So from you, the viewer, you're just kind of sitting there wondering what's going on, what's with time, how far does this go, how extreme can it get? It's not a particularly scary concept for an episode, but it is unsettling, and I think that's very much the tone they were going for with this. You're following Hiro as he deals with some unsettling things. He also says some things that I found are kind of weird, like that weird conversation about solo camping. I don't know what that was about, but I wonder if it's to hint at something like, as he kind of acts weird or goes through things, maybe like he indicates something off about his past or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's something, maybe it isn't. But yeah, no, so the big thing is Ruli suggests to relax and calm down. They should go to this big library outside of town that, as they find out when they get there, is supposedly haunted, which is code word for, there's a Digimon. Just one of these episodes, can they just be like, oh, something weird's happened. It's clearly a fucking Digimon! But yeah, no, so they go to this library place where it's just a giant open, like, circle of a building with books very high up, no sign of a ladder. If you die in this library, they will cover up your body and you will never be found. But yeah, no, so while they're in this library, Heroes has this scene where, like, just all his senses go haywire and he's, like, disorientated and he hears this ringing. And then that also kind of leads to an off thing. So I think the idea is the reason he's now noticing it is because he's aware of what Clockmon is doing. He kind of is more sensitive to it when it's about to happen. So the fact that he was aware of it meant that Clockmon couldn't really do anything to him in that scene. But the odd thing is when it's over, he's just kind of like immediately, hey, it's fine, it's over, everything's good. That was odd to me. And not odd as in the writers forgot something, odd as in it feels very much intentional. They find it strange that he's just suddenly feeling okay and has no problem with what just happened. There are two ways to interpret this. The fact is that since it's already happened several times, he unwittingly is already used to getting over it, which is an option. Or B, again, it could insinuate something about him. Remember, we don't actually know a ton about Hiro as a character. We know what we need to know for him to be likable and him to be relatable and understandable, but there's a lot of gray area in there. Digimon is one of those franchises where you really feel like you get to know the characters like very personal through and through. But this show is very like sort of simplistic with everything. I am starting to wonder, what if there's a point to it? Like, what if maybe there's a bit more to Hiro? Remember, he's got that scar on his ear, and it doesn't look like a normal scar one could get, so who knows? Maybe there's a bit more to this guy than what we know. Oh yeah, also, Gamamon sleeps like a cat all curled up on his bed. Perfection. Anyways, so then they go to the library. So then after that, they're leaving, and crazy shit's about to happen. The books are all moving. There's all, of course, the rumors of people getting scared. And we find out it's Bokumon and Bakumon, I guess is how you pronounce it. I don't know. The taper-looking Digimon. And we find out that they got sent here to the human world by accident, like all the other Digimon in this show, and have decided to start researching the human world and learning about it. And so the idea is, the stuff that humans have been experiencing that they thought of ghosts were just accidental times that they crossed paths with these Digimon. We also learn how the Digimon are able to make themselves invisible. We learn kind of what their thoughts are when they come to this world. All these kinds of things I actually quite like. I just kind of like the idea of him sharing his research. It felt very normal for exposition in this moment because our main characters are asking questions. They do want to know what's going on. We also learn that Hiro's dad getting to the digital world is not a normal thing. In theory, humans would burn up because, you're exiting reality. So it's all just kind of this big building mystery, and it's the kind of plot things that I'm okay with getting little snippets of detail like this. I don't need everything at once, but what was starting to get annoying with some of the other episodes is just nothing at all. Whereas here's like a little hint at this, and that'll lead to another hint, and that'll lead to another hint, and that's kind of how television is supposed to work. So then everyone goes to dessert. We get the adorable scene of Gamamon with a giant chocolate dessert. Hiro is then attacked by Clockmon, who explains his whole thing, and I was just trying to annoy him to get him alone, which I feel like is a bad idea because you now notice this guy has friends and fellow Digimon comrades. Again, they could all just go up and kill you, which they should do! But so then right one, of course, naturally, when he's about to kill Hiro, Gamamon shows up, and when he does the sledgehammer steal your time thing, once again, we see that big creepy black thing that will probably be Gamamon's Mega Evolution, and I'm certain they have at this point, if anything that has not been officially shown to us in the show or official media, like say all their champion forms, has been revealed or leaked, like what Gamamon's Mega Form actually looks like, do not put it in the comments. I intentionally avoid these things so I can review shows naturally as the information is given to us. I don't know if that's Gamamon's official Mega Evolution or a Mega Evolution, or if it's some other weird thing, and I do not intend to find out early. I prefer to wait until the show is ready to tell us. But so this energy then reflects, which starts Clockmon to age up his own time, which for him is going to basically just result in, if they don't do something, he will crumble to dust, which they should do. Let him fucking die. I know, it is 100% the right thing to do, and the right thing to show off that Hiro's gonna be, the hero, and he's gonna save Clockmon from the cruel fate, which results in Gamamon digivolving and everyone working together for the sole purpose of saving a Digimon who literally sucked the life force out of people and left children to rot in the hospital if it wasn't for Hiro. But naturally they do this, they fix Clockmon. I would have loved it if he'd been like, dab, bitches, but no. Clockmon then decides, alright, humans aren't bad, I'll stop my evil ways. And right when he's about to go off, Bokumon offers to let him stay with him so he can teach him to turn invisible and function in the human world. All is happy, everyone is friends, all is hunky-dory. How often will we see these Digimon? Kind of hard to say. My guess is probably never again. But that'd be kind of interesting, because I know, Bokumon was in Season 4, the season where halfway through they just kept showing children naked all the time. Not to be mistaken with Season 3, which also did that. Digimon is fucking weird. But that'd be kind of cute. He gets recontextualized and used again in this show for a major role. But all in all, I really like this episode. I kind of like the fact that it wasn't about being scary as much as creepy. And again, it is important to show our heroes being heroes, so I get that. But what did you think about this episode? In the comment section below, give me your thoughts on this and any theories you have as to what could be going on to Hiro, because I feel like we're building to something with him. This doesn't feel just like random. I think there is a purpose here. But give me all your thoughts about that below. And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me next week to see if they'll finally just cut someone's throat wide open.